Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the HeroClix Cafe. I'm Howard Brock, and we've got another live auction going on. We got Deadpool going on right now, and it's a little weak, I think, but it always picks up at the end. Um, we were able to. My sidekick. We fired him. He didn't bring any coffee, and since we didn't have any coffee, we decided that he wasn't really good for anything else. I can't think of anything else that, other than bringing coffee. I didn't know anything else that he was good for. That's actually my sidekick talking to me. That's Jonathan could not make it tonight. Um, he decided that he had better things to do. I think he's playing Tiddlywinks or something. I don't know. But anyway, no. Jonathan got tied over. He had some work that he had to do. He couldn't make it tonight. I didn't know until after we announced he was going to be here, that he wasn't going to be here. Anyway, hold on one second. Checking my messages here. Um, so, anyway, we'll be Jonathanless tonight. Next week he will be here. Next week will be. I wrote down a list of things so I would remember to talk about them. So next week will be our new show. It will be a little raw. Probably next week it's going to be a work in progress. We we got to do a lot of things. Jonathan and I will be working on that. Hopefully in the next few days. But the show will go live next week. It is a live show just like this one is, but we're going to have it'll be Jonathan and I, and we'll have a lot of other things. It'll be a little bit more structured. It's going to be an hour show. It is something that you can chat with us and ask questions, but you can also call. The plan is to have you be able to call in and talk on the phone live, and I've already talked to WizKids about this. I've already got. I don't know if we'll have a guest star next week. In fact, I'm pretty much sure that we won't. And the reason is I want to get the show a little bit structured and us going before we do it. But I do have people that said that they will be on the show. Hey, Dennis. Dennis is going to see the Beetlejuice musical. So he won't be able to watch the show tonight. Looks like he's trying to bid on 4 boosters. But we will not have Jonathan tonight, and we will not have Dennis to tease. It's just going to be probably a boring show because it's just me. and actually, wait a minute, take it back. Dennis isn't going to be here, so I can even get on him harder. I can start talking about. We can all talk about Dennis while he's at the show watching Beetlejuice. So we get to. This is going to be. We're picking on Dennis night. Anyway, again, the show is going to start next week. It will be an hour show. We will put information up on how you can call in. There's some things we got to work out. One of the things that's really cool is a lot's happened in the last 2 weeks. A lot was working on right before I went to Gen Con, which we'll talked about Gen Con a little bit too. But one of the things that has happened is that we've expanded. And I'm talking about Lucky Dice Games. We have now acquired with a partner 2,000 square more feet. We needed the space so we could have bigger events. We needed the space because they're putting in a studio. That's what their end of it is, and also they have a lot of equipment and stuff that they're wanting to put in and not keep in their house. So they're getting a portion of the studio, and we're sharing all of it. But and then we're wanting to do a studio also. It's an upstairs downstairs. We took the upstairs because I like the upstairs, and we're putting in a studio there where this will be probably the last time that you see my room. I'm at home. Be the last time that we're broadcasting from here. We'll have better lighting. We'll have hopefully a little bit better. If we don't have it right away, but eventually we will get better material. I actually got better. I've got lights and I've got more cameras, and I just haven't been using them. We're just using the bare necessities. But we may end up getting next. We may be able to get more cameras. I'm reading as I'm talking, so guys. Dennis is making a lot of comments. He's trying to get in his word before he goes off to see Beetlejuice. But anyway, we will be the whole show will improve as far as the way it looks and feels and all that kind of stuff. Equipment, we're gonna have a permanent place over there. We're also probably gonna go back to Whatnot. I don't at the moment plan on doing HeroClix on Whatnot, but at one time we did sell cards TCG on there, and I've got somebody that's interested in doing that. I did have a full-time person that was doing Whatnot. I don't think I'm going in that direction, but at least once or twice a week, they will be streaming, and we'll be selling some of our TCG, opening up booster packs. A similar show to what we do right here. As far as it's the same kind of structure. They'll be opening up booster packs and cases and stuff. Dragon Ball, One Piece, maybe some Pokemon, Magic, Lorcana. All of those things are going to be something that we will move on into doing on Whatnot. I have excess Dragon Ball inventory right now, so Dragon Ball may be the first thing we do. But that's a little bit further down the road because we've got to get moved in. We've got to, which it won't take that long, but we got to get the studio set up. I've got to get tables. I've already got a lot of the stuff. What's cool about this place that I really like, upstairs, we have a room that we're going to be using for storage. Then we have a big room that we're going to be using for gaming, that we're going to set up tables and stuff in. I think it's going to work really, really, really well. And then we have another room. It's already got a pre-built, it's already got a full-sized conference table in there. In fact, we may start running our HeroClix events over there instead of at the store and put it and make them live. I have the ability to put a camera up, and you guys may get to see us cut up and play battle royals, play some of our practice matches, hear us talk about stuff. So I'm thinking like on Wednesday nights that I just flip the camera on over there, and people can tune in and listen to us be stupid and have fun playing HeroClix and doing whatever we're doing. So we got the conference table up there, and it's already made to where we can just sit up and play on it. It's set up well with a place to put a TV. It's already got a little thing that opened up that you can put things on. We're going to decor the place, of course, probably slowly, not all at once. It's also got a kitchen, so we have a kitchen over there with a full-size refrigerator, microwave, all the counter, everything. I mean, it's really cool. So it's going to be a place again where I host bigger events. We're not going to be over there every day, but we may start going on Wednesday night over there some. And so that gives me, I can do 16 to 20 people in our store right now. And over there, I think we could really, if I was wanting to push it, probably could host a 64-person tournament pretty easily or larger between the two. Gives me a lot of flexibility. So anyway, it was something we needed. We started working the deal with the folks before we went on Gen Con. We signed the lease and everything, and it's all worked out. Just took a minute to get it all sorted. So we did that. That was happening during Gen Con and right after Gen Con. So that's one of the things that we moved on, and it all ties back into our show that we're going to be doing, and it ties back into events and so on and so forth. So that's pretty cool. Something that we're very excited about. In our show, we got so much to do. Like, we're wanting to add music, we're wanting to do a logo, we were doing the advertisement and stuff like that. And again, it's a live show, so it means what I like about a live show is that we may screw up, and then people. But I like it's we may say things, or you guys may say things that we probably shouldn't say sometimes, and we'll correct. But it's that's the whole idea of it being live, right? That's why I like listening to sports shows sometimes, because you never know who's going to call in, you never know who's going to be on the show, yada yada yada. So that's the whole idea behind it, and it will be HeroClix centric. We may talk about some other things. We may expand into other things one day, but it is a HeroClix show, and it's not focused on meta. It's not focused on casual. It's not focused on anything specific. It's focused on HeroClix, and we will talk about all of it. So Dennis is telling me that we have to tolerate him for 40 more minutes. I really thought we were going to have a good night tonight, but now I've got Dennis for 40 more minutes. I don't know, guys. Anyway, this is going to be happening on Friday. It'll be a little bit more of a structured show too. It's not gonna be. We're gonna have a period where we're taking live calls. We'll have a period where we talk about certain things. But anyway, it's something Jonathan and I will be working on, and we're excited about. I also like the idea of having somebody with me. I think that feeding off of each other it's a lot easier to talk about things, and Jonathan and I feed off of each other pretty well. So I do love you, Dennis. So anyway, that's what's going on there. Let me check that off on my list. Next week's show, we'll leave that alone for right now. And the new spot, got that. Other things that we've been working on. Now, Dennis, you're here, so I'm kind of glad you are here. I know you're amazed. I'm saying, hey, I'm glad Dennis is here. No, I really am glad he's here. I thought today, did I read something that said that they were going to have the watch list today, or did I mistaken it and it's next Friday? I thought the errata and everything was going to be coming today, and whatever they were going to put on the to do on the watch list was coming out. Am I wrong? Was it not supposed to be today? And I've been next Friday. Okay, so Dennis corrected me. He is good for a few things when we keep around. He keeps up on that stuff. So next Friday we'll have the watch list. The thing that I read, I thought it was today, but next Friday's fine. So what they're doing is the watch list. They're doing the watch list. Normally what they do is they send us something out, and it says, hey, all these figures, all this stuff is on the watch list. And we're going to review this for a few weeks, and then we'll come back and we'll tell you what we found. They're not doing that this time. What they're doing is they're skipping this is on the watch list, and they're going straight to the review part, and they're coming in and they're telling us this is what we're doing and this is why. So next Friday we may see some figures that you can't play. We may see some errata on some figures. Who knows what we're going to see. But all of those figures, whatever it is, will take effect immediately and will be in play at Worlds. So that's going to give people, I think, just barely enough time to adjust teams. I mean, I was just at Nationals and at Gen Con. I had a blast. So let's lead into Gen Con, talk about that for a second. I did a lot. When I go to cons, I work. I powerhouse through for 4 days. I get up early. I was up at 7:30. Most of my events started at 9 o'clock. I scheduled at least 3 events every day that were scheduled events, but I played in other events. I went strong until I usually wasn't done at the con until 9-10 o'clock. I sometimes don't eat like I should be, like I should at the con, because I'm going so strong. And generally I was back home in bed, or at the hotel. I didn't stay. I stayed away. I didn't stay at the. I was 20 minutes out, which wasn't bad in my opinion. I stayed at, but I got a cheaper hotel. I liked staying there, but they were all booked up. But I also spent probably for a whole week what everybody else was spending for a night staying at the hotels attached to the convention center. Um, my whole my expense was between my hotel, my gas. Now, keep in mind, I have a car that I only fill up once a month. It gets 50 miles per gallon. So I between my car, my gas, my hotel, um, my tickets that I bought, and the things that I purchased, and I purchased things, and also just everything. Now, the only thing I'm not including in this is my food. I don't count my food as an expense because I would be eating anyway. That's the way I look at it. But all these were expenses that I wouldn't have every day to day. I was just under $1,300 for the entire time. I came in on Wednesday night. I went on Wednesday night. I went straight to the convention center, got my badge, got my tickets, so I didn't have to worry about that on Thursday morning. There really wasn't nothing to do. So Wednesday, then I went and checked in the hotel, got some sleep. Usually when I travel like that first night I can't get any sleep. So got up Thursday morning, was at my first event. I played HeroClix, HeroScape, and Lorcana. I came back with a ton of stuff. Now I'm telling you, I spent about $1,300. When I came back, I totaled up everything that I got, and it was over $6,400 worth of stuff. You can do that too. Anybody can do that with a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of planning. I mean, you have to have a little bit of skill in some of the games too. That helps. But I've been doing this for years. I know what to buy, when to buy. I had everything scheduled out. I had in between times that I could go and buy things, and I was going over there. I knew where to get everything at. I knew that the events that I was playing in, that these were the things that I would win or that I would be given for participation was worth money. And so to me, I'm playing, but it's business for me. So I'm representing the store. I'm using the store's money, and I'm everything that I'm doing is I'm accumulating. So my trip is paid for, and so that the store, when I come back, we're making money off of it. That's what I do. I've been doing that for 20 years. I started doing it when back in the day when my sons and I used to go to Gen Con. I wasn't a business then, not Gen Con, but Gen Con, Origins, all the conventions that we used to go to. Is that we would stay there, and then I'd learn how to accumulate things, sell them on eBay, and start buying some of the stuff that we could sell. And I used to buy lots of stuff. At that time, it was mostly HeroClix, but over the years, I've learned more and expanded my knowledge. Being a store owner, my wife and I used to do it. I would be able to point her in the directions that I wanted her to go while I was playing sometimes, and then she found other things besides that. I told her what to look for, and what we really look for: new items, convention exclusives, freebies, things like that you can get at Gen Con, and then we would bring them back and we would sell them. And we've made a lot. Gen Con and Origins and all the conventions have made me a lot of money over the years. I promise you that. And so I know a lot of people just go and they just play, and they're not really thinking about the monetary value of that. I do, because it's my livelihood. I'm not. I've got a degree in electronics. I've got a lot of experience selling stuff and doing other things, but I don't do any of those things right now. My daughter and I's livelihood is in the store itself and what it makes. And so it's when I look at these things, I go there. It's business, but it's fun too. So it's kind of I like the fact that it's both for me. I'll go to the Alliance show in a few weeks, and it's the same deal. I'm going there. I'm getting I've got a hotel. I'm talking to vendors, but I'm also they give us a package that we get to take home that pays for the trip, and then I usually get stuff from vendors. I usually win some stuff. Blah blah blah, and it's fun and it's business at the same time, which I think that's great. I think if everybody could have fun and and it was business every week, I think that everybody would do it. So anyway, that was what I did at Gen Con. That's a rough idea of how I did it. So let's talk about the things that I played. Don't HeroScape is coming back. I'm very happy with that. I played that game with my kids 20 years ago, and it's a fun game. It's HeroClix like kind of. Except it uses tiles and you build 3D maps and you play on it. You have the figures move similar to what HeroClix figures move. They have the ability to move and attack, and but the difference is that you're not rolling two dice. You each thing is the attack and the defense from each figures. It's more like D&D in that aspect. You're rolling a bunch of dice and dealing out damage, so on and so forth. And what HeroScape is, it's kind of you play in Valhalla, and Valhalla, that's the place that you're playing. But think of it kind of like the Colosseum, and you have a bunch of gladiators. But the gladiators are represented from all different kinds. You may have Vikings out there, you may have cowboys and Indians, you may have aliens, you may have knights, monsters, just all these different clans that are a part of a team, and they're all fighting each other. And you can multiplay. You can go one versus one, and it's every on that the line of sight is can the figures see each other? How much part of their body is covered up, and whether so on and so forth. And there's bonuses to being on the high ground versus the low ground, and stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun. I like the game. I had the original game 20 years ago, and it sells for like over $1,000 now because everybody wants it. The tiles are fun. When you get your box, it tells you how to set up different variations of the tiles that come in for different landscapes, so you're not playing on just the same thing every time. It's got water tiles, grass tiles, desert, stone, whatever. It's a really good game. Highly recommend it. It's not a replacement for HeroClix. It's just another game. Played Lorcana. Lorcana's a lot of fun to me. I didn't play in the constructed. I played the sealed. I played a starter sealed. I played a draft. I played a sealed. I played in Ursula's. They had a little special tournament, and I brought back. Every time I played in something, I brought back. I won something. I won the map there, the play mat, which is worth about $500. I got the Lorcana play mat that's selling on eBay. eBay is convention exclusive. I got it for it was a $500 mat. So that's the way I accumulate things by playing different things, not just HeroClix. So let's talk about HeroClix itself. So I decided to go late, so a lot of the stuff was already sold out. I was able to play in nationals. I did qualify in nationals. I qualified, surprised myself. I qualified on the last day, and I actually wasn't expecting. I went 2-1 and just had just enough points to play in nationals. I really did at that point. Even though I qualified, I wasn't much wanting to play because I'd played enough during the week to see the meta out there. And even though I love my team, I knew that my team wasn't competitive against some of the stuff that was out there. But that was a good thing because I got a chance to see what was going on. And since Masters of Time is not going to be legal at Worlds, the meta that we saw at Nationals now is going to be pretty much the meta that we're going to see there. I mean, there's going to be some surprises. There always is. But the meta is pretty much going to stay the same unless the watch list changes everything. So we don't know what's going to happen there. But as long as the watch list doesn't do too much or we will see the same meta at nationals and the same type of teams take place there. One of the characters that I didn't account for and we didn't have in the store, we do now, was Mern. Comes out of the Peacemaker set. I saw there's 2 or 3 characters that I saw that were on teams that made a little bit of difference. And so I highly recommend you go look at the teams from nationals if you're going to Worlds and you're wanting to play. Take a look at them. We saw plenty of Kongs. We saw a lot of other things. But what I'm going to do is take my knowledge that I got from there. I'll play in Worlds, and I'm going to adjust my team. I was already working on it. I'm going to take some stuff off, add some stuff in that will make my team better. I think that's going to be. I think that's what everybody should be doing right now. You should be making some adjustments to look at what won and see how you can tweak your team a little bit maybe to be able to compete with that, because that's what we're going to see. Isaac won again. I played against Isaac. I actually played with Isaac too. I got to play in the team event. I played with him and his dad. We went 2-1. Got to play in the team event. What was super fun this week is we did get to play with Masters of Times. So it was like a pre-release to me all over again. I saw there was some errata, but I couldn't. What was it they did to Mern? I don't think it. I read it, but I don't really see what was it. What is the difference on the errata, Dennis? Tell us. What was the actual change? I didn't see. I saw where you have to have a keyword. You have to share a keyword to be able to see through stuff. What's the difference? I didn't catch it. I just glanced at it and I couldn't see. I saw the errata, but I didn't see what the difference was. So back to what I was saying. Masters of Time. We got surprised with that. I didn't have tickets, so I bought in the Royal Flush game that was on the first day. And let me tell you, it was the best decision I ever made. I got so much prizing. I did win the Royal Flush game tournament. It was 3 battle royals back to back. So instead of buying 1 battle royal at a time, we basically got 3 battle royals. And those battle royals, we got the same prizing that everybody else was getting in the battle royals. In fact, I think we got better prizing because we had 3 in a row. We saw 4 chases that got delivered that were in the 4 battle royals. So we had 3 of us went home with chases. I got a chase. I got a Wonder Woman chase from playing in the battle royals, and then they give us another booster at the end, plus another super booster at the end, and so we all got super boosters plus all this phenomenal prizing of convention exclusives. I mean, I racked up. I was so happy after that Royal Flush. I just had so much Masters of Time. It was definitely all right. So. Let me read what Dennis is writing. Betraying the better opposing characters with Enforced Swords can't positively modify. That was already there. What's the difference? That was our opposing characters with Enforced Swords can't positively modify their combat values. That was what was there before. That was one of the things that's great about them. I had that. I faced that, and that was already there. I don't know what the difference is. So anyway. Back to what I was saying, Masters of Time, not only did we win a lot of stuff, but that set is fun. I love Masters of Time, guys. I think it is a great set. I had nothing but fun playing it in the Battle Royals, the Royal Flush, and playing it in the Sealed. Absolutely love the set. I think this set's going to be a big hit. It's everybody I saw, it's just fun to play. So I hope that you guys get a taste of that. Our pre-release, I guess, is coming up in a week and a half for stores if they run it on Wednesday night. We do ours on Wednesday night, so we'll be doing our pre-release not this Wednesday, but the next Wednesday, and the release is the following Wednesday. There's not a 2-week break because they got the product late, so they condensed it down a little bit so they could make up some time. Anyway, set's great. Highly recommend it. The we I saw a lot of things. I ended up I got a dark side in a battle royal. Um, actually beat a dark side. I didn't beat kill a dark side, but the guy playing the dark side, I ended up doing some sniping and I ended up winning the battle royal, so I won the dark side. That was tough. I had a decision between a Blue Beetle Prime or a Dark Side as my first choice, and I chose Dark Side, which we've already sold if anybody's asking. I ran that Dark Side this past Wednesday night locally to let the guys get a taste of it, and he walloped the whole store. Dark Side is a one-man army. We are going to see it in play. I think it's good. I think that he's very, very solid. I think that we are seeing a one-man army that is going to be hard to deal with. Um, so the whole set was good. I enjoyed. Um, I got to play with Green Arrow. Green Arrow. Okay, well, what's the difference if it's within range or okay? The difference is here's the difference. I see what here's what the difference is. Mern before said within range, so you could perplex Mern's range up to say 7. So if Mern had, or you could use the shield. What people were doing was using the shield team ability on Mern. So that is a change. I still think you're going to see Mern being used, but what people would do is they would use Mern with the shield team ability, and that like porters could take the shield team ability, for example. Now you got a Mern with a 5 range, and so they would. So what they've done is they've locked it into 4, so he can only do it for 4 squares. That makes sense. That does impact things, but you're still going to see him. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be. I think you're still going to see him plenty. But that does change things a little bit. Um, I'm reading something from that Jonathan's reading. You know what would be the start of a pain for start side starfight when an adjacent opposing character begins a move or is placed after resolutions. You may play starfight adjacent to that character. Yeah, but I think he can handle it. I don't think it's going to be that hard to do. I mean, mind controlling example is going to do no good against dark side or very little because you just move him. You can't attack him. I don't think the starfight. He's immune to pulse wave. Um, he has phasing. He ignores characters. So I don't know that that's really going to make that much of a difference by having the starfights. I mean, other than you can move him there, I just don't know that it'd be a little annoying. Also, you're building to if, anytime that you start building to beat one character, you're probably going to get beat by another team. So it's you have to. The secret to team building is to build a team that can handle everything. Looks like I've talked enough to get all the way to that. I do want to talk about one more thing that's kind of important. Um, these other things can wait. I wanted to talk about the Hall of Fame announcements. We're going to be doing the Hall of Fame. We're going to announce the winners at Worlds. States announcement and getting stores for states and provinces is coming soon. Probably next week. I've got a meeting with WizKids on Monday. Was tried to do that today, but they got tied up. Ryan was sick all week. He was behind. But anyway, we're planning on Monday talking to actually start setting up the locations. We had a late Kevin announcement at Worlds. I was able to do a Kevin swap and get a Kevin, which I was so grateful for because I was actually able to fulfill an order to a guy that had pre-ordered one back when it first came out. I've talked about Masters of Time. Last one thing. The other thing that was very common, I'm telling you this, guys, the other thing that was very common and very much played, and I have one myself, was a map. There's a map that it's the Major Brock Bunkers map. We distributed that at the Rock Cup. And then we also it was part of the auction. So there was a lot of people that got it at the Rock Cup. A lot of people got it off the auctions, and then in we're in what are we in? We're in July at the beginning of June. See, January, February, March, April, May, June. At the beginning of July, July 1st, that map became the prize map in all the rock kits. People started recognizing how good of a map that was, and it became on everybody's team. If you look at Worlds, every player that was playing in the top 16 had that map. So that map is it is a needed map. The only way you can get it right now is to play for it in a rock event, a win a map kit. Every win a map kit has one of these maps in it. We have events going online. People recognize that, and this week I had, I don't know, I sold out. I sold out of all of my maps. I've got more on the way. Don't worry if you're wanting to buy a win a map kit or cat kit or anything. Anyways, my point is that sales skyrocketed on rock kits this week, and it was just nuts. So there won't be any announcement of nominees for the Hall of Fame. We don't do that. The nominees are kept private. We never announce who's nominated for the Hall of Fame. What we do is we announce the finals of the people that are going. I'm answering Dennis's question. He wants to know when are we announcing the nominee list. We've never announced a nominee list. What happened? The way that this works is we have a panel, and the panel looks at anybody that is in the Hall of Fame can nominate people, and so we have a spreadsheet full of people that's pretty lengthy. And then what happens is the Hall of Fame committee goes in and they look at the not the people that have been nominated on the sheet, and then they are allowed to take up to 5 names, maximum of 5 names off that list after they talk it all out, and then they put that before the Hall of Fame, and then the Hall of Fame, everybody on the Hall of Fame votes, and each person that is on that ballot has to have 80%. It's either 75 or 80%. I don't remember which, but you have to have you have to have enough positive votes to meet that percentage, and if you do, you're in. So it's possible that you can have 5 people going in. It's possible you could have 1 going in. There always will be at least 1. Because there's a thing in place to where if that we will at least put 1 person in, but there could be 5. But we never tell anybody who those 5 are, and I tell the committee, I tell the Hall of Fame members to keep it quiet, and then what we've done in the past is we take the people that win, we announce that. I'm not doing it this year. I'm not announcing the winners except live at the World Cup. We will find out who was in the Hall of Fame at the World Cup, and there's a reason why, and everybody will find out. So this year's people will be nominated. This year, the people going in will find out at the Cup, not the Cup, at the Worlds. I don't know why I'm saying Cup, but anyway, that's what that's about. All right, so let's. I think I've talked out. Probably not, but I'm going to quit talking about stuff, and we're going to. And if you guys have any questions, the pre-release is not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, Jordan. I tell you what, man, I really like Deadpool. I didn't like Disney. I thought the Disney Plus set was. I liked it at first, but then after we got to playing it, it's kind of blah. Battle Royals, it's like one of the worst Battle Royal sets we've had in a long time. Just wasn't that fun. And the just don't like. I just didn't like that set in a sealed environment. Yeah, we got a few good things out of it, but overall, the set wasn't that good. Legacy card, throwing it into the pool just in case. This is the pool that I've got right now for the prizing for the bounty. That's the bounty. But I have another whole box over here because we outgrew that one. So all of this is the bounty pool right now that you could possibly win if you have the right figure in your booster. So anyway, previous to Disney, my favorite set to play Battle Royals and to play sealed with was Notorious. I really enjoyed Notorious. When Deadpool came along, and we started pulling Deadpool, I felt it was very comparable to the way I felt and the pieces in it and the stuff that we were playing with as Notorious. So I gave it a thumbs up. I'm telling you that I enjoy playing Masters of Time more than both of those. I really, really enjoyed playing Masters of Time in the Battle Royal in the sealed environment. I just love the figures, and I think that there's a lot of newness in there, a lot of different things. The giant figures, and some of those giant figures are, God, they're good. But just overall, I liked it. I guess the one thing that throws a monkey wrench sometimes into it is like if you play a Battle Royal and there's a dark side in it, that kind of like, oh man, it's not an auto win. It could be an auto win. It just depends on how the other three guys play. To a degree, I mean, you have two choices if you have a dark side in your Battle Royal. You can all three agree to go after dark side, and maybe all three of you guys can knock him out. It's possible. Okay, it can happen. Or you can, to a degree, almost ignore him. I know that sounds weird, but you just kind of ignore him and you fight each other. And when Darkseid attacks, sometimes he flat out kills something. Sometimes he just wounds it, and you can snipe and get those points. So Darkseid is not a guaranteed win. If I pulled a Darkseid and yes, I would choose Darkseid. That would be I would definitely pick Darkseid in a Battle Royal. But he's not an auto win, guys. Just you have to have a little bit of strategy to beat him, or at least outscore him, because it's not about beating Darkseid. It's about outscoring him in a Battle Royal. A lot of times it depends on what the guys got with Darkseid. So when we were playing it, the guy that was with me, and it was smart and maybe not smart, but he moved Darkseid out, and he had 2 booster golds with him, and the booster golds gave enhancements. So Darkseid was triple targeting, doing 7 damage to wherever he fired. But the problem was the booster golds were only there. I mean, he had 3 probs also, but the problem, he was doing a lot of damage, but the booster golds really weren't doing anything, and he had 2 other figures that didn't do that much either. And anyway, that's how you beat. That's what happened. I was just able to outscore him. Of course, I had a Beetlejuice Prime, which I'm not Beetlejuice Prime. I had a Blue Beetle. Dennis has got me off on Beetlejuice. I had a Blue Beetle Prime, was no slouch either. And Blue Beetle is pretty good. Yeah, you have a chance. So we're gonna go into this. We're gonna start opening up, but we got to pick a figure first. So the first, I need you guys to nominate a super rare out of Deadpool as our bounty figure. Dennis has already chosen Wolverine pool, so I need either a second nomination on that or I need something else. All right, so I got Domino. Oh, there we go. Got another Wolverine pool, so Wolverine pool it is. If your booster has a Wolverine pool in it when we open it up, if you win it, if it's in there, then you win the entire bounty. So, number 1. Here we go. Yeah, we're starting off pretty good. Who's got number 1? Guess I can look. number 1. I wish they put these in order when I'm looking at this. They give me all the winners, but they're numbered all over the place. Jordan. All right, Jordan, you got a pretty good pool here. So you've got a Sunspot common, you've got a multiple man common, you've got a morph uncommon, you've got a rogue rare, which by the way I played against a rogue prime at Worlds. Pretty tough. She's good. And then you've got the first prime of the night. You got a rare Colossus. Congrats on that. That Colossus I also played. I was actually able to take Colossus out pretty easy, but the problem with playing a Colossus team is he's not the whole team. It was once I got him out, I had to deal with the rest of the team, and it was a slugfest. All right, so now we go to number 2. We're starting off with some of the money pieces right off the bat. Looks like today. Put that there. Keep my table clear. You know what I didn't do? I'm going to do it real quick, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't even add anything in to the bounty before we started. I got so anxious. I did put the booster. Putting a Nightbringer in. I'm putting a Human Torch Legacy card in. I'm putting a Mr. Sinister team-up card in. Fortunately, I have everything out here now, so it's really fast. I'm going to put a Thor. That's the release date Thor. I'm going to throw that in. And I'm going to throw one more figure over here. I see an Unseen. I see you, Unseen. You're not hiding, so we're going to throw that in there. Sorry about that. All right, back to business. Now we're going to do number 2. And let's see what we got. Yeah, George just got a prime. He got a Colossus prime. All right, so we got a Psylocke rare. We got a Copycat common. We got a Diamondback common, a Mystique uncommon, and we got a super rare Professor X. That was number 2. Moving on to number 3. So I got to thinking about this. I think I told Joaquin this last night. I'll wait till I bring the figure up that I was talking about. All right, so we got a Forge rare, a James Howlett uncommon, a Hydra agent common, Cannonball common, and a Wolverine 003. That's the one with the cowboy hat. That's what triggered me thinking about this. I've got a figure when I pull him and I'll share some thoughts with. Just a little nastiness that I thought about doing. All right, so number 4. Number 4, you got a Kid Omega uncommon, a Timebreaker common, a Sheriff Deadpool rare, Lady Mastermind common, Copycat common. That was number 4. Number 5. Okay, who's got number 5? Oh, Alex joined this tonight. Cool. Number 5, number 5, number 5. By the way, I had to. Okay, Dennis has got number 5, so I guess he's not here. He took off to the show. Yeah, I just saw where he said good night. So Dennis got lucky tonight. We have a Wolverine common. We have a Boom Boom uncommon. We have another Wolverine 003. And this is the Wolverine show. This is the Wolverine I was talking about. I'm going to come back to him. It's 001. He's got a Deadpool and Hit Monkey chase. So we got the chase right there. That goes to Dennis. This Wolverine 001, I'm sure everybody's been playing with him, but he does it. He has perplex, a 12 attack. He charges. When he charges, he does if he rolls blades, claws, and fangs, um, then he gets to do a another three damage to either the figure, any figure that's adjacent to him, or the one that he's attacking. So I got to thinking, what would be really nasty would be to put um, trick arrows on him. Trick arrows can be a close or a ranged attack. So if you had this Wolverine with trick arrows, you literally would have three attacks. You would have the first attack would be his regular attack with blades. The second attack would be wherever you want to deal that 3 damage, and then the third would be I would probably use big arrows and Quake doing 3 damage to everybody in that little circle wherever they're at. So I think that could be pretty nasty. I just never have thought about using it. I think we tend to think of always putting trick arrows on somebody with range, but you can do close also, and that's pretty nasty, guys. All right, so number 6. We got a Richter common, a Jubilee uncommon, a Shadowstar rare. We got an Iceman common, and we got a Lady Mastermind common. I also want to mention, while I'm getting this up, is that my gang, most of us I think, will be taking off this Saturday to go down to Birmingham and play in, I don't remember the name of the venue. I just know that we're invited to it, but I signed up on it. If my gang is here, you guys need to sign in to win and go in and put yourselves in it. But we're going down there to play in the Super Booster thing that WizKids is providing the stores. It's super sealed. So we'll be down there. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm probably going to run one of those myself. WizKids already said I could. I will do mine after Worlds and do it with a different set. So I got a Wolvie uncommon, an Iceman common, a Timebreaker common, a Jeff the Landshark common, and a Cyclops rare, which is another reason why we wanted to expand and get more seating to where I can host bigger events and even host 2 events at once if I needed to. All right, so number 8. We got Mindpool Rare. I've still yet to play with this guy. I'm not really all that excited about him. Barrier. All right, Deadpool Robot. Two guys I'm not that excited about. I'm definitely not excited about Deadpool Robot. Scout Uncommon. Then we got a Deadpool 002. And then we got a Super Rare Patch. We're still looking for Wolverine Pool. All right, going on to number 9. We will be doing a show at Worlds also, guys. If you, Jonathan and I will be one of the nights. I don't know which yet. I have to think about it, see when we're clear. But we will be doing. WizKids is actually going to give me Masters of Time boosters, so we will be doing that while we're there, so be looking for that. We'll have everything going on just like normal to a degree. Sabretooth rare, X23 uncommon, Richter common, Cannonball common, and Gambit rare, super rare. I did that last year, and what I like about that is you guys, if you're there, you can come by and talk to me, sit down with us, and it's we're live then. You can actually be on the camera with us, and we really enjoyed that. I took it to the game floor last year. I went out to the game floor, had all the battle royals and stuff going on behind me. Probably do the same thing again this year. People are free to walk up. We can grab people that we as we see them. And of course, we do our brick opening. We'll talk HeroClix, talk about what's going on at Worlds, what we've seen, what we played, how terribly wrong our dice were for the day, and all that good stuff. All right, Black Widow, common, Outlaw, uncommon, White Fox, uncommon, Atlas Bear, rare, and Diamondback, common. That's it for brick 1. Now we're going to move into brick 2. We're going to try to remember to put prizing in before we start. I get the prizing guide a little bit quicker now. I think I like it a lot better, a little bit more organized on the prizes, so we don't have to. You guys don't have to sit and watch me go through the boxes. I know that was a pain in the butt. It's a pain for me. Had to be a pain for you. Legacy card going into the pool. Tell you what, man, we're due. I mean, I think it's been quite a while. I mean, we didn't have the show last week because I was at Gen Con. I just simply couldn't figure out a way to do it. Partly because I didn't want to give up the time that I was using to do it because I was going hard. And number 2 is the logistics of doing it. I probably would have had to do it in my hotel room, and that means you really need a computer to do this show, and I didn't really want to take my computer with me, although I could have. Anyway, I take my computer with me to Worlds. 1, because I got some help, and 2, because I think it's gonna be. I could go out to the show. I mean, out to the game floor itself and do the show from there, which I like doing. All right, let's mix these up a little bit. Jordan, just by the way, guys, I do have Deadpool back at the store. If you didn't hear that earlier, I had to pull in and get a special favor and get. I don't know if they want me to tell everybody, but I had to call, and there's no Deadpool in any distributor. Stores are probably running out. I was able to get enough Deadpool to last me until Masters of Time, which is what I wanted to do, so I could do my shows and have some in the store for people to buy. There may be restocks coming. I don't know when those restocks are. Alliance is saying a minimum of 2 weeks before they get a restock. So I couldn't wait that long. So I went ahead and asked for Deadpool and got some. So anyway, so that's why we got Deadpool. I didn't want to have to go back. I'm sure you guys would not have been exactly thrilled to do Disney next, although people are still trying to hunt down Khonshu's and the other guys with them. But Khonshu's still the main guy, I guess, out of that, and you're not going to get a Kevin unless you go. If you go to Kevin, you can get a Worlds. All you got to do is take another chase. I traded in a Lucky, Kate and Lucky, which only sells for about $15. It's a chase. It only sells for about $15 on eBay. So I took that and traded out and got a Kevin and brought it back home. So I think that's a pretty big upgrade. So if you guys are going to Worlds, make sure you it's only 1 per customer. Make sure you take your little cheap chase and swap it out and get you a Kevin. You have to register. Register with them when you get there, and they put you on a list. And then I don't know what day, but there's one day that they'll pass out all the Kevins. All right, let's throw in a Nimrod the Greater. Let's chunk in. Let's see, what is that up there? The Angler. We'll put in the Angler. Mr. Sinister team up card. Human Torch. Legacy card. Over here, what do we got? Something. We'll throw in a Count Nefaria from Invincible Iron Man. That should do it. We got enough stuff here. All right. So number 11. Still looking for a Wolverine pull. Now, for it, the type of guests I'm going to be having on the show, I mean, we'll have just some regular old Joes on the show because I like listening to regular old Joes, and I like to hear hear their take on it. But we'll have some very high caliber, I guess. I mean, like I already know somewhere in the future I'll have the lead design for WizKids will be on our show. I talked to him this past weekend. I also know the event coordinator will be on our show. I might have a vice president of WizKids on the show. I might have Dennis on the show sometime, which that's no big news. But I've got people in the Philippines, people in Australia, people in Europe, people all over the world that are involved in promoting the game, or they have stores, or they're players. We'll have a lot of different people on the show, so it's. I think our show, I hope you're going to find it interesting. It's going to be different than anything anybody else has done. All right, so I got Wolverine, Common, this one is 003. We also got the 001, which we were just talking about. We got an X23 Uncommon. We have a Sabertooth Rare, and we do have another Super Rare. We have a Long Shot. That is number 11. Number 12, I think I see, yeah, I said it right there. Uh-oh, I know what this is. Who's got number 12? Booster number 12, let's see, who's got that? Who's got number 12? Number 12, who's got 12, guys? 12 is Jazz Tub. Jordan Butts. Jordan Butts is having a night, guys. Jordan, you're going to be really, really, really happy. I think you got the primo piece in the set. Outside the primes. But you got the primo chase for sure. You got a Sunspot common. A Deadpool uncommon. You got a Bob Agent of Hydra. Uncommon, a Jeff the Landshark common, and you got a Wolverine Chase. You got the Chase figure 060, the guy that we actually put a picture up on Facebook. This guy is awesome. So you got the Chase. Congrats. All right, now we're going to number 13. So Jordan got the Prime, the Colossus Prime, and he may have got other stuff too, but I know he got the Colossus Prime, and he got the Chase in the second one. All right, we got something. All right, we got a Scout uncommon. We got a rare Lady Deathstrike. We got a Wolverine 001 common. Black Widow 005 common, and we got a Jeff the Landshark common. Got some dice in this one. All right, let's go to number 14. Number 14. I will miss shooting, I guess, a little bit here at the house because, I mean, as soon as I get done, and even I can just walk over, I can just walk to the TV and be whatever I want to do, and also just stroll down from whatever I want to do. So I'm going to miss that a little bit, but I think moving the studio is the better thing. I think we can give you a better quality show, better quality pictures, sound, everything there. That's the idea anyway. Let's hope that's what happens. All right, so we got a Forge rare, Iceman common, a Black Widow common, a Lady Mastermind common, and a White Fox uncommon. So we're still looking for a Wolverine, so we got 6 boosters left. It's been a while since I don't remember how many weeks have we went with nobody. Gen Con's throwing me off, but I want to say it's at least 5 weeks maybe since somebody's won the pool. So it's been a little hard this time, but whoever wins is going to get a lot of stuff. Number 15. I don't know if I would have chose Wolverine pool. Of course, maybe me saying that means one's going to pop up. And the only reason I say that is I don't think we pull very many Wolverine pool super rares. I have pulled them, but in general, I don't think that. I think maybe he's one of the harder super rares to pull. Timebreaker common, Morph uncommon, Jean Grey rare, uh, Wolverine 003 common, and an Iceman common. Moving on to number 16. 5 chances left. Looking for Wolverine pool. Hopefully we'll pull a prime out of here too. By the way, something this is something I wanted to mention. So when we played in the Royal Flush gang battle royals, they gave us. I told you they gave us prizing at the end. They gave us super boosters. The guy sitting across from me opened his super booster up and he got his colossal and the other figures. One of those figures that he pulled was a chase. There are chases in super boosters. You can get the giant figure and possibly a chase or something else too. He pulled a Wonder Woman chase in his super booster. Got a Richter common, a Strife uncommon, a Timebreaker common, a Wolvie uncommon, and we got another super rare. We got a Maverick this time. Still not the one we're looking for, but it is a super rare. It's looking dim for a Wolverine pull. Number 13. We don't pull it. You guys can blame Dennis and blame Jonathan because Dennis is the one said Wolverine pull, and Jonathan was quick to follow. And so if we don't pull it, it's all their fault. All right, we got a Cyclops rare. We got a Outlaw uncommon, a Multiple Man common, a Deadpool robot common, and a Deadpool common. I think my show should be called Bash Deadpool Robot every week. Now we're going to number 18. The only other person that made a nomination was Domino. Jalger made that nomination. Nobody ever seconded him. They were really quick to go to the Wolverine pool. I think I was just about to say we hadn't pulled it yet either. But I think you guys should have listened to Jalger. We got a Lady Mastermind common, a Copycat common. We got a Morph uncommon, a Jubilee uncommon, and yes, we have the Domino super rare. Jalger nailed it. But no, you got to listen to my Mexican buddy and my co-host. You had to listen to those guys instead. And we went with Wolverine pool. All right, so number 19. We got Beast rare, Wolverine common, Multiple Man common. We got a lot of Multiple Man tonight. Cannonball common, Sunspot common. I think we pulled all of our super rares. But I'm not positive. I haven't been keeping up the numbers. But we still have one left. There may be a super rare. Good night, Jordan. Maybe there's one in here. Let's hope so. Come on. Let's Wolverine pool. Come on, Wolverine pool. Well, okay. The last one ended up being good. Who has number 20? Let me see if I can find it. Number 20 is Dennis. So Dennis, he won something earlier too. He's won 2 things tonight, so he should be happy. He's doing all right. Did Dennis win what did he win? He won something in the first booster because I looked up his name. He just left. He got something good. Anyways, he's got something good again. We got a Deadpool common, a Diamondback common, a Hydra Agent common, and we got a Dakin uncommon, and he's got the Colossus Prime. So congrats on that, Dennis. You got a Colossus Prime. You won something else. I just don't remember what it was. Well, guys, that's it. We're through. We will do this again next week. Next week is going to be our kickoff show. I hope everybody joins us. We will have a special show next week. Please join us. We will have the means for you guys, I hope by then, to actually call in and pick up the phone. That's what the whole show is about. Part of it is about. And we'll try to get that in play, and we'll try to announce how to do that beforehand. But we're wanting audience participation. So if you're live with me right now, please know that we want audience participation next week. If you watch this afterwards, because a lot of people like to watch it, we want audience participation. So try to be with us next Friday night. It will be an hour show. The hour show will be just prior to the brick opening, and we'll have more details popping up. Jonathan and I are going to be working on this all week. So with that said, good night, guys. Thank you for joining in, and